Hi, Charles.
No problem.
Meeting accountant, it has it all on there.
I know. Okay, I will.
Do you know when airport meets?
Okay, go ahead and bang it now.
Here we go, gang.
Regular meeting of the Washington, Missouri City Council, Monday, April 20th, 2026, 7 p.m. Council chambers at 405 Jefferson Street, Washington, Missouri. Roll call. Bear.
Here.
Briggs.
Here.
Coulter.
Here.
Heidrich.
Here.
Holtmeyer.
Here.
Padkey.
Here.
Pepsel.
Here.
Sullentrup.
Here.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes for the April 6, 2026 council meeting. Roll call if you've read the minutes. Bear.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Coulter.
Yes.
Heidrich.
Aye.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
Padkey.
Yes.
Pepsel.
Yes.
Sullentrup.
Yes. Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Patke, second by Coulter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Approval and an adjustment of approval and adjustment of agenda.
Move to approve. Second.
Any comments or questions, guys? Okay, got a motion and a second, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Citizens' comments.
Okay, and I think it's time for citizens' comments. If anyone in the audience would like to come up to address the council about anything that's not on the agenda tonight, now's your chance. Thank you.
Unfinished business, certification of the April 7th, 2026 election results by the verification board. Need to accept into the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Patke, second by Heidrich. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And that's accepted into the minutes.
Council comments.
No comments?
Maybe later.
Okay.
I move to adjourn. Second.
Motion by Patke, second by Bear.
Hey,
Other
Bob.
way around, sorry.
Bear Padkey.
Bear Patke, there we go. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned for a second.
Okay, let me see also.
Pass the gavel again.
Only if you really like to.
Good.
Here we
Go to it. There we go. Let me get ready. Special meeting of the Washington, Missouri City Council, Monday, April 20th, 2026. Let's see, that's it. First thing we have is oath of office for the newly elected officials. So if all of you that recently were elected can just come down here, we'll meet in front of the flag. Okay, everybody all lined up? Police are ready, call in the witness.
Yeah, no doubt.
All you have to do is say I do after I go through this list. I, James D. Hagedorn, Mark C. Piontek, Alan Bear, Mark Heidrich, Chad Briggs, and Michael Coulter do solemnly swear and affirm that they possess all qualifications prescribed by law for the offices of mayor, city attorney, council, Ward 1, Council Ward 2, Council Ward 3, and Council Ward 4, that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Missouri, and provisions of all laws of this state affecting cities of the third class, and the ordinances of the city of Washington, and faithful to me and myself in office, so help me God. There you go. Congratulations. If anybody like, do we have any pictures? Anybody wants?
Turn sideways.
Yeah, turn sideways. First one up. Mayor, please. Go take a seat. Very good. Next is Mark Piontek.
Move.
Congrats, Don.
Once, thank you.
Sir,
You got another couple years?
Yeah.
Councilman Ward 1, Al Bear, we're going in order. Mark Hydrich. Chad Briggs.
Save the best for last.
Michael Coulter.
Are you an Apple guy? How do I make this bigger?
Thank you.
Sweet 16.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Yeah, just like
Sweet
that.
16. He's a lot faster than Sherry.
It don't seem like it's that long either.
Roll call for a special meeting. Al Bear.
Here.
Chad Briggs.
Here.
Mike Coulter.
Here.
Mark Hydrich. Joe Holtmeyer.
Here.
Jeff Padkey.
Here.
Tim Pepsel.
Here?
Steve Selentrop.
Here.
All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval and adjustment of agenda.
I'll move to approve it.
Second.
Motion by Bear, second by, who was it over here, you guys?
Omar.
Holtmeyer.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Priority items, election of Mayor Pro Tem.
I will nominate Jeff Patke.
Second.
Okay. Jeff, and by Coulter, and second by Briggs. Okay. Do I have any other nominations? Okay. Hearing no further nominations, nominations for the office of Mayor Pro Tem are closed. Okay, we do need to vote.
Vote on Patke.
Yep, okay, for Jeff Packey, you guys all in favor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? You're it, Jeff.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Election of council member to Planning and Zoning Commission.
I'd like to nominate Councilman Briggs as liaison to Planning and Zoning.
I will second that.
Okay, Briggs by Packey and
Coulter.
Coulter. Okay. Any other nominations? Okay, hearing no further nominations, nominations to the P and Z Commission are closed. All in favor of Chad Briggs to the P and Z Commission, say aye, please.
Aye.
Opposed? Welcome, Chad. Thank you. Okay.
Election of council member to 353 Redevelopment Corporation.
I'd like to nominate Councilmember Bear,
I will second,
liaison to 353.
I will second that.
Okay, they're nominated by Patkey, second by Coulter. Okay. Any further nominations? Okay, hearing no further nominations, nominations to the 353 Corporation are closed. All in favor of Al Bear to the 353 Corporation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Welcome back, Al.
Election of Board of Health.
I'd like to nominate newly elected members Coulter, Briggs, Bear, and Hydrich to the Board of Health.
Second.
Okay, nominated by Packey, second by Solentrup to the new four. Any further nominations? Okay, all those in favor, or hearing no further nominations, nominations to the Board of Health are closed. All in favor of those aforementioned, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And, so it's Al, Mark, Chad, and Mike.
There you go.
Great.
Mayor's presentations, appointments and reappointments. Police Department reappointment.
Good evening, council. Up tonight for reappointment, we have Officer Dan Day. Dan has been with us, well, he will have been with us in 3 days for 8 years. Dan is currently an FTO. He's one of our firearms instructors and does a great job for us. So I recommend him for reappointment.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Hydrich. Who's the second over here, you guys?
Joe?
Coulter? Okay, Coulter. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Hmm. 2026 Council Committee Liaison Assignments.
You guys have in front of you my choices for liaison assignments. That is always a very, very difficult thing to do. I know you guys know that I can't please everybody, but I try my best. So there they are. If you have comments, that's great. Afterwards, please. And I ask you to please make as many meetings as you can. It's important for our community to see you guys out there. I would like to say something that happened almost 2 weeks ago, you guys. Our last meeting here of all of us was the day before the election. And looking back at that happy day on Tuesday at the end, it was a great sense of relief, I think, to all of us up here. I personally was not surprised at the victory. I was very surprised by the margin. 70% on the capital improvements, 68% on the transportation, plus the fact that none of us had any competition. You guys, our citizens are sending us a message that they like what we're doing. So I ask you guys all to keep that momentum going. I don't know if anybody read the paper last week and saw what's going on in our neighbors to the south, but we have 8 strong years for sure, and maybe more, of a very predictable revenue source with our capital improvement. Transportation has been removed. We've got, it's funny, sitting in the department head meeting, you guys look at those faces, and every one of our department heads has something big going on in town. And that doesn't happen many places. And so I feel very, very fortunate, very blessed and lucky, and I hope you guys all do too, because we're on the cusp of some great things.
Your
Huh,
Honor, if I
go-
may.
sorry.
Can I just request one thing? The times of meetings for all these, some of these are new assignments. Is that an Eileen question? Maybe we could get a list of when they
Yes.
meet and the time they meet.
We'll provide you with that,
Yeah,
yes,
that'd be great.
absolutely. I think we need did we get a motion and a second to approve the liaison assignments?
I'll make a motion.
You're just accepting them into the minutes.
Oh, just accepting them, sorry.
So moved.
Patke?
Motion by Patke,
Second. Oh, that's fine.
second by Hydrich already.
Sorry, I didn't hear him.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Are you gonna send them committee liaison assignment times on an email?
Yes,
Okay,
we'll get you the times for all the meetings.
thank
Okay.
you.
If I did screwed some of the times up for, I know several of you guys work, let me know, and it's not set in stone. I'm more than willing to listen to any of you guys have work considerations.
Public hearings, special use permit, 14 West Main Street, 0 lot line.
Yes, good evening, council. So before you have a zero lot or a special use permit for 14 West Main. This is middle of downtown at the corner of Main and Jefferson here. And the applicant is requesting a special use permit to put a zero lot line building on a four-way intersection. And so the proposed building is to have a footprint, let's see, is this on? Is to have a very similar footprint to this kind of red square that you see here. And in our special uses for the C3 downtown district, any proposed zero lot line on a parcel adjacent to a four-way intersection shall apply for a special use permit. And a bit of history about this provision, about why it's written the way it is this was established as a result of the Main and Market townhomes. There were some site distance issues, and this intersection used to be a two-way stop. As a result, this provision was added to kind of as a preventative measure to for when zero lot line buildings get developed, so that we can address kind of some site distance issues maybe beforehand. So it's a kind of a preventative thing. Just once again, another image of what it looked like. There was a legitimate concern at that location. Something to note, though, is that Main and Jefferson, as of last November, I think, became a four-way stop. It previously was not, but now it is. And the applicant is proposing an entertainment center at this location. It's also going to have bowling, arcade, event space. And something of note is all the uses in this building are permitted uses. What is being asked of the council tonight is to approve the form of the building itself. And Main and Jefferson is a four-way stop. This passed Planning Commission unanimously. The only concerns that we heard was Fire Chief was at the Planning and Zoning meeting. He had some concerns about the site distance. But those will be handled internally by staff when they submit building plans. So, any questions? And the applicant is here as well if you want to address the council.
Which one is Jefferson?
North-south.
The yellow
Oh,
stripes.
yeah, the yellow.
Yeah, with that, and that second graph over the yellow.
Right there, Steve.
Okay.
Hello, Dale Gripey, developer here in town. After the planning and zoning meeting and the chief expressed his concerns, we've already changed these plans a little bit to put a 45-degree angle on that corner to increase the line of sight from that intersection.
So would that match like 1 East Main?
Correct.
Same
Yeah.
type?
Yep. It'll be a 20-foot. Well, the angled wall will be 20 foot, so I'm not sure what that. There's my Pythagorean.
Will it be a brick
You'll
Will it be a brick building?
Yes, I'm working with historical preservation on getting the exterior design. This is just a basic layout. None of the windows, exterior facade, none of this is finished on this. It definitely won't be a pitched roof like that. It'll be a flat roof. And there'll be quite a bit of brick work done on Main Street and the Jefferson side. There'll be quite a bit of brick and stone, something that fits the downtown look and feel.
Is that a crosswalk? Is that a
Yeah,
crosswalk?
Yeah. That's looking like it could happen, so I'll be getting, I guess that'll be a special use or something there as well.
Yeah, that might just be council approval, I think, because would be over the right of way. But since you haven't, there's been no definitive plans. We have not.
Yeah, I didn't put in an application for that yet because I didn't know if that was just a dream or that's something that could actually happen. It does look like that could happen, and
Yeah, staff is working through the bridge that you see on the rendering there. If that is a possibility, and before that would be installed, that would go to council for approval. So
that would obviously we want to tip our hat to the old Washington Bridge there. So Slag Steel was pretty pumped about building that. So
But this approval, just to, remind you all, is about the form of the building at Main and Jefferson here, so.
And the setbacks currently, I'm sorry, it's probably here, and I'm trying to catch you.
Zero on all sides.
That's what we're looking for.
Correct.
What is it currently?
0 on all sides. Let me be more clear here.
What are we?
A special use permit is required to put a building at,
Up to the intersection.
thank you, up to the intersection, but in C3, there is no setbacks that exist. So this is a special use permit because the building is taking advantage of all the buildable area on the lot.
C2 and C3, right?
No, it's just C3.
No, just C3.
It's just C3. There was, the fire department, I think, was concerned about, as far as the sight distance triangle there at those intersections when buildings were built, especially when you're dealing with 2 to 3 story buildings, all the way up to the corners. And I think that was and again, at the time when that was proposed to make this change in the code, which is just a couple of years ago, as Aaron talked about, that was prior to that intersection, in particular this intersection, turning into a 4-way stop. I think the key was at that time there was a lot of discussion about that was a throughway intersection that you go through, and I'm not saying that the fire department may still have concerns even though it's a 4-way stop, but I'm saying you didn't even have a 4-way stop at the time.
Right.
And so that was the reason why they felt that, hey, can we get this passed where if a building meets this, they need a special use permit to be further reviewed by P&Z and eventually you, the council.
So Aaron, when I read this weekend, I'm picturing the same building set up as the police station is at 3rd and Jefferson, right? The
That's
building's
fair, yes.
next to the Sidewalk.
Yeah.
Now, as Mr. Greify says, it's gonna be the same as Caddy Corner across the street, take the 20-foot section off which I think is a good look. So what did we do when Understall built that building? We did the same thing, right? I mean, we had to do a 0 lot line for that on the sidewalk, and we're looking for the same thing here, right? Or am I wrong about that?
When Andy built 1 East, there wasn't a 4-way stop there, so
Right.
I'm hoping something was approved in
Right.
that.
I guess what I'm getting at is we should have just approved this less than 2 years ago for that building, and it should be the same design for the corner.
I guess that's why I asked the question.
Yeah,
What the
staff-
current setback is, are we actually doing a change of any kind here or not?
Right. Yeah. Again, I don't have a problem sidewalk back, especially if we take the corner off, it's a little bit of sight distance. I think the bump out with the tree causes more sight distance problem than the building does.
Take that bump out of there would be
That'd be great.
a good thing right there, at that corner. I mean, really,
Just that corner.
if you're headed east on Main and turn right on Jefferson,
You get it in the middle pretty good.
pay
for you.
attention.
It's any corner.
Right.
Okay, it just was odd to me if the setback is already 0, flush or 2 with anything. I guess I'm still struggling to understand what we're trying to approve here, because I don't recall doing one for Andy on the opposite side.
And I guess I'm trying to ask the same question in a different way, Al, so that's what I was trying to get at too.
Sure. I guess I don't know, Darren. Do you recall if that I wasn't here at the time, but do you recall if that building was required to obtain a
think it was-
special use permit for the same thing?
No,
I don't
because
know.
I think it was, I don't hold me to this, but I think it was built before that code was put in place.
Andy.
Yeah.
Or before
I think it was,
the 4-way
I think
stop.
it was afterwards that later on, they saw the buildings up and they saw that the concern that they had was the sight distance around them, especially when they're going on call.
You're talking about one East Main, right
Yes.
here, this building.
Yes,
Newest building.
that one, yeah, exactly. And even the buildings, if you go down a block down Main, at Main and Market, same thing. Mm-hmm. Those were built up to the, up to the
Sure.
corners, but like I said, now we have stop signs there as well, which,
And to your point, Jeff, that building, the 1 East was the last one to be built, but it could have been in the plat for that entire block. It could have been approved
Yeah, that's true.
long before the time that thing was built. Andy's not here anymore. He was
Again, for this purpose, I don't have a problem with it. I think I'm fine with it, and I don't want Dale to take the wrong way. I think I'm fine with it, no doubt. I'm just kind of questioning, what do we, what are we making him come here for if we didn't do it before?
And frankly, that's something that staff would like to address at some point in time with a variety of commercial. We just had a Board of Adjustment meeting, and there were a number of things brought up in our commercial zoning district that we need to address, and this would be one of them, potentially maybe looking at this requirement.
For example, one thing that you could do is just go ahead, if it is not met with a four-way stop, then it's subject to a special use permit.
Yeah, I
See
think
if-
the intention of the code was, because, as Darren is alluding to, because these weren't four-way stops before, okay, maybe we should put the brakes on this. But the way this code is written is any proposed zero lot line on a parcel adjacent to a four-way intersection. It does not say four-way stop. So just kind of changing that to four-way stop, would kind of alleviate a lot of these potential concerns. So that's planning's view on this issue.
I don't have a problem with the zero lot line. What I have a problem with is parking. What do you have for parking?
Yeah, we have the US Bank lot at the corner of Lafayette and Second, and we're gonna change the main entrance to Second Street. So we're gonna try to pull the traffic back a street, off of Main Street. And so we're gonna get about 120 spots there at the US Bank lot. You know which lot I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but correct me if I'm wrong, but you're supposed to have so many parking spots
Yeah.
per square foot in
Correct.
a commercial building.
Correct.
But you can't take it to another piece of property and use that, can you?
You can if it's within a certain distance. So if it's within 300 feet, you can, it can be a certain distance off-site from the main entrance. And for this development, that would be acceptable.
So that's what you're using to create your, what is it, 270?
I'm not sure. I've heard two different calculations.
It's your building, so.
Yeah, well, at one point, my architect hasn't calculated that yet, as far as what the parking requirement's gonna be, but I know it's
Oh,
considerably more.
I'm sorry,
than
Steve,
I
was your question about the parking requirements?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, 416 spaces would be the required off-street
for
parking.
this project.
Correct.
Yeah. That'll,
But just so the council knows, that is not what is on the table for approval tonight. This is just the form of the building, so.
Well, I think it's great what you guys are trying to do downtown, especially with the alley there and Andy, the produce. Now this, I've been down there on Saturday nights and it's a problem, and you know it's a problem. I just want to make sure that we don't have people coming back to us and complaining there's no parking down there. And we must restrict you to our ordinances that you have to do what we tell you to do. And I was just under the impression that you couldn't use another partial lot, but then now you say you can, as long as he owns it.
Well, it's not if it's, well, I mean, he wouldn't even have to own it per se. It's the more important thing is that it's within proximity to the entrance. So 300 feet, if it's within 300 feet, then you can use the lot. It would just have to, like if he didn't own it, you would have to enter into an agreement with that property owner and so on and so forth, so.
Al, you live down there. You have people parking in front of your house on weekends?
Always, yes.
Oh, yeah, I've got people parking in front of my house.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that's a great problem to have.
I don't have a problem with mine.
Until you get people complaining.
People parking in front of my house.
Sometimes on Saturdays, Mr. Pecky and Mr. Briggs park in front of the house.
yeah, there will be a larger parking conversation at some time because that I still won't meet my parking requirement even with just limited space for me to find parking without just pushing down an 1860 building. I could clear that lot. Nobody wants that. We don't want to do that. That wouldn't make us popular to the public either. So, it is going to be an issue. Parking. That's going to be. We'll have to address that at some point.
Dale, you're right. I don't know, you guys, I think we ought to figure out this issue right now because parking.
That's what's in front of you, yeah.
Parking is a big issue, and it's something we're gonna have to address 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. But if you talk about a parking garage, that's what, $20,000 a space?
I don't even think you could touch it for that.
More than that.
I know, and that's,
What is your timeline on building the building? I'm just curious.
A lot of it depends on how this goes. I could break ground this year. A lot of it just getting all, all this stuff approved on the lot lines and the parking. That's gonna be the next one. That'll determine what we can build here. So, no, we're ready to go. So we'd love to get started on this year.
It's an open meeting, sir. Ready, you can open up to the public.
Okay. Dale, unless you have something else, I need to open this up to the public.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Gang, this is a public hearing, so anyone in the audience would like to come up and comment on this, now is the time. Thank you. All right. Do you guys have any more comments, questions?
I'll make a motion to accept into the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Patke, second by Briggs to accept. Further discussion? Let's vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Good, guys. Okay. It's into the minutes. B, please, Darren.
Yes. Stuff. I do need more room. Need a big table like she has. An ordinance granting a special use permit for a zero lot line building at 14 West Main Street in the city of Washington, Franklin County, Missouri.
Riggs.
Introduced by Briggs. Further discussion or questions, guys? Second reading, Darren.
An ordinance granting a special use permit for a zero lot line building at 14 West Main Street in the city of Washington, Franklin County, Missouri. Bear.
Yes.
Solentrup.
Yes.
Hydrich.
Aye.
Pepsel.
Yes?
Briggs.
Yes.
Padkey.
Yes.
Coulter.
Yes.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 3B passes. Good, guys.
Citizens' comments.
Okay. Again, it's the time of the meeting when anyone from the audience would like to come up and talk about anything that's not on the agenda. Okay, thank you.
Reported department heads, 2025 Annual Comprehensive Financial Report. Tammy, the floor is yours. We have, Tammy's going to pull up a Teams meeting. We have the presentation of the Annual Comprehensive Financial Report will be given to us by Bergen KDV, and I don't know who the individual is, but Tammy's going to pull that up, and so just give her a second, please.
Good evening, Council. Yes, this is Andy Grice from Bergen KDV, and he will do an audit presentation for you. Go ahead, Andy.
Right, thank you very much for having me here tonight to present the audit results for the year ended September 30th, 2025. Did want to highlight our independent auditor's report that's included in the city's financial statements, and it highlights what our role is as the city's auditor, as well as the role of management. The financial statements are management's responsibility, and it's our role as your auditor to provide assurance through our audit opinion as to whether we believe those financial statements to present fairly in all material respects. And happy to report that we are providing a clean, unmodified opinion, which is the best that we can give as your auditor. Also wanted to highlight a couple other components of our reporting, one being our government auditing standards report. This report talks about our consideration of internal control over financial reporting. We just had one finding to report this year related to an error correction, and that was the only reportable finding for this year. We also had a single audit, or a federal program audit, related to the highway planning and construction grant. So we took a look at internal controls over compliance with that program. Also took a look at the applicable compliance requirements, and we had no findings to report there for this year. The last piece of communication that we have is our communications letter. That letter includes all required communication in accordance with audit standards, but also has a financial analysis to provide some trend data information. The first chart in there, in that financial analysis, provides the general fund balance over the last 5 years. Overall, the fund balance of the general fund decreased about 3%, with expenditures and other financing uses exceeding revenues and other financing sources by about $1.2 million. The majority of the overall decline occurred in that committed category, with some offsetting increases in the non-spendable and the unassigned fund balance. The next chart highlights the makeup of general fund revenues by source. There weren't any significant changes in this between 2024 and 2025, with the majority of general fund revenues coming from taxes at about 77%. The next chart highlights the details of those general fund revenues over the last 5 years, and there was about a 5% increase in general fund revenues. The majority of that increase occurred in taxes, which increased by $764,000. Also see other categories as well, with an offset in the intergovernmental category, which decreased $333,000 with communications and airport grant funding that occurred in 2024. The next chart highlights the allocation of general fund expenditures by function. The majority of general fund expenditures occur in the public safety category at about 35%, followed by culture and recreation at 17%, and highways and streets at 16%. Again, consistent allocation between the 2 years. Also going into the detail of general fund expenditures, overall, there was an increase of about $2.1 million. Did see about a $785,000 increase in public safety, also increases in culture and recreation, as well as highways and streets, mainly related to the salary study and related increases in salaries and benefits. The next several charts highlight the city's enterprise funds. These present a bit differently in that these are business type activities. So these provide total revenues, total expenses, as well as the income or loss for the period. The water fund did experience a loss in 2025, the first time in the 5 years presented, of about $168,000. Also provide that same metric there, but without depreciation, since depreciation is a non-cash operating expense. This gives a bit better idea in terms of cash flow for the year, and that was positive by $472,000. Overall, the unrestricted net position in this fund decreased from about $46,000 to negative $132,000 at the end of the year. So this fund does have a negative cash position as well, and should continue to be monitored to ensure that fees and charges are sufficient to cover those operating expenses. Next is the sewer fund. The sewer fund did experience a surplus for the year, with an increase in rates and an increase in revenues. As a result, that income increased from $1.1 million to about $1.5 million at the end of the year, and excluding depreciation saw a surplus of about $2.9 million. As a result, the unrestricted net position in this fund increased from $335,000 to about $1.4 million for 2025. The last one to cover here is the solid waste fund. This fund has experienced some challenges here over the years. There is a component in the financial statements in this fund related to a landfill care liability, which represents about $7.7 million. The operating results for 2025 was an operating loss of about $1.1 million, and excluding depreciation still had a loss of about $754,000. So again, continuing to recommend evaluation of this fund to ensure that fees can cover the cost of operations. That's the last chart that we have. Wanted to thank the city, Tammy, the finance team for all their help during the audit process this year, and next just like to open it up for any questions.
Any questions?
Well done.
Same report as last year, seems like.
Very close.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Andy.
your time.
Thank you.
There's nothing else. Move on to the next. Delinquent real estate and personal property taxes as of March 31st, 2026. Within your packet, you should have the update. We were a little bit late because of the county. Didn't get it to us till your last meeting, so therefore you got it within this packet. Any questions?
It is.
My yearly comment about lots of pages of $1.21 and $3.06. I know we have to do it, but man, I'm glad we don't print it.
Right. It's a lot of paper.
Yeah.
We do need to approve it, you guys, so.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Holtmeyer, second by Bear to approve the delinquent report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes.
Ordinances and resolutions. An ordinance amending the code of the city of Washington by adding thereto a new section 140.500, adopting a grant management policy.
Fair.
Introduced by Bear.
Any other comments, or is this self-explanatory? This is a policy. You got it, Tammy.
Tammy can give you a rundown, but
Go
in
to it.
essence, from the finance committee, it's stuff we already do, but we have to document and say we do.
Exactly.
Right, this is because of the single audit, because we receive federal money and we have all the grants and everything. They want this policy in writing. Even though we're doing what we're supposed to be doing and we have the procedures in place, they would like this policy in writing. So that's what this is. This is just putting our policy in writing. That's all this is.
Questions, you guys, for Tammy? Pretty straightforward.
Motion.
Do we get, no, it's gonna be,
It's already introduced.
Oh,
who introduced it? I'm sorry.
Bear.
I missed that. Thank you.
Okay, if there are no further questions for Tammy. Second reading, Darren.
An ordinance amending the code of the city of Washington, Missouri by adding thereto a new section 140.500, adopting a grant management policy. Bear,
Yes.
Sullentrop, Hydrich,
Aye.
Pepsel,
yes?
Briggs,
Yes.
Padkey,
Yes.
Coulter,
Yes.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 7A passes. Thank you, guys.
An ordinance amending Schedule 4, no parking at any time of the code of the city of Washington, Missouri.
Saltrop.
Introduced by Sullentrop.
Good evening, council. There's multiple locations on here to add no parking. These were reviewed at the last traffic committee meeting and recommended for approval. Two of them are by fire stations. The one top right there is on East A Street. Fire department asked for this for getting in and out of the fire station. The one is for the new fire station there by the park entrance, Phoenix Park Drive. On the north side, again, to get the vehicles out of the fire station. And then the one on West 10th, it's actually a 30-foot wide. It's a narrower street, should have no parking on one side. It wasn't really an issue until the developer that's rehabbing the building at the end of the street started building, and they're realizing there's a lot more bigger trucks, semi-traffic that's going through there, and it's kind of tight with parking on that north side, so.
Questions for Charles, you guys, while he's up there? Discussion.
Pretty straightforward.
Okay. Second read.
An ordinance amending Schedule 4, no parking at any time of the code of the city of Washington, Missouri. Bear,
Yes.
Sullentrop, Hydrich,
Aye.
Pepsel,
Yes?
Briggs,
Yes.
Padkey, Coulter,
Yes.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 7B passes. C, please.
An ordinance authorizing the city of Washington, Missouri to issue its taxable industrial revenue bonds, WEG Transformers USA LLC Project Series 2026, in a principal amount not to exceed $77 million for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of acquiring, constructing, and equipping a facility for an industrial development project in the city. approving a plan for the project, approving an omnibus amendment related to the city's taxable industrial revenue bonds, WEG Transformers USA LLC project, Series 2021, and authorizing the city to enter into certain agreements and take certain other actions in connection with the issuance of the bonds.
Introduced by Holtmeyer.
Good evening, gentlemen. My name is Nick Weaver. I'm an associate attorney with Gilmore and Bell. I work very closely with Mark Grimm, who many of you know. This ordinance before you is approval of a Chapter 100 project. As most of you know, a Chapter 100 project is merely a paper transaction that looks like a bond for the purpose of facilitating, in this case, real and personal property abatement for a developer. In this case, you have a project by WEG. Stacy is here with the company if any questions specifically about the project. This bond transaction would facilitate 10 years of abatement, 50% on the personal property associated with this project, and then 50% real property abatement above the current base AV that the project is currently at. So no abatement on current real property taxes, only on taxes above the current rate. I'm happy to answer any questions about this project or about this ordinance if y'all have any.
Questions, Phyllis?
This is a project a long time in the making or whatever. We're really happy that WEG is continues to go ahead and do expansion within Washington. They're probably one of the pillars of our industrial development out there.
I have a question. How soon can you start?
Stacy?
Stacy, can you answer that?
We should, well,
Could you come up?
Well, you're going to have to come up to the thing.
Sorry, buddy.
I just want to see you pull the mic down.
I'm not gonna do it. We actually were hoping that we would be started a couple weeks ago. Of course, it always takes a little longer to get started than what you'd hope, but we hope by the start of May, we should be starting some grading and moving forward. It should go faster than what it's gonna take, but some of the lead time on some of the equipment is almost 2 years, so.
Goodness.
We'll have the building done much quicker than we can actually start operations, just because we're waiting on equipment to show up.
It's exciting. Goodness.
Thanks, God. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Stacy. Any other comments or questions, guys? Second reading.
An ordinance authorizing the city of Washington, Missouri to issue its taxable industrial revenue bonds, WEG Transformers USA LLC project, Series 2026, in a principal amount not to exceed $77 million for the purpose of providing funds to pay the costs of acquiring, constructing, and equipping a facility for an industrial development project in the city, approving a plan for the project, approving an omnibus amendment related to the city's taxable industrial revenue bonds, WEG Transformers USA LLC project, Series 2021, and authorizing the city to enter into certain agreements and take certain other actions in connection with the issuance of the bonds. Bear.
yes.
Sullentrup.
Yes.
Heidrich.
Aye.
Pepsel.
Yes?
Briggs.
Yes.
Padkey.
Yes.
Coulter.
Yes.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
By your unanimous vote, ordinance 7C passes. Yay.
Darren, can I just stand here and say, WEG would like to thank the city and the community for continuing to support us as we grow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stacy.
Goodness. 7D, please.
An ordinance imposing a capital improvement sales tax on all retail sales made in the city of Washington, Missouri for purpose of funding capital improvements for the city of Washington, Missouri.
Coulter.
Introduced by Coulter.
Might be the best thing you've ever introduced, sir.
Aye, of course.
Okay.
Questions or comments about this, guys?
Hallelujah.
What's that?
Hallelujah.
Yay, yay. Second reading, Aaron.
An ordinance imposing a capital improvement sales tax on all retail sales made in the city of Washington, Missouri for the purpose of funding capital improvements for the city of Washington, Missouri. Bear.
Yes.
Sullentrup. Heidrich.
Aye.
Pepsel.
Yes?
Briggs.
Yes.
Padkey.
Yes.
Coulter.
Yes.
Holtmeyer.
Aye.
By your vote, ordinance 7D passes. E, please.
An ordinance imposing a transportation sales tax on all retail sales made in the city of Washington, Missouri to provide funds for the city of Washington, Missouri for transportation purposes.
Padkey.
Introduced by Pat. Questions, comments? Great. Second reading, Darren.
An ordinance imposing a transportation sales tax on all retail sales made in the city of Washington, Missouri to provide funds for the city of Washington, Missouri for transportation purposes. Bear.
Yes.
Yes.
Sullentrop. Heidrich. Aye. Pepsel.
Yes?
Briggs.
Yes.
Padkey. Coulter.
Yes.
Holtmeyer.
By your vote, ordinance 7E passes. F, please.
A resolution convening the Tax Increment Financing Commission of the City of Washington, Missouri, authorizing the distribution of a request for proposals and authorizing certain actions connected therewith.
Pepsel?
Introduced by Pepsel.
This resolution is a lot more straightforward than the ordinance y'all just passed. This resolution basically just reconvenes the TIF commission that was established a few years ago and authorizes the request for proposals to get new proposals for development of this proposed redevelopment area, and allows the TIF commission to appoint the appropriate representatives and get the whole process started. But this process, this resolution, does not approve anything tonight. It just gets the process started for y'all. Any questions?
Okay, thank you again.
It's a resolution, so we need a motion and second.
Yeah, we do need a motion, guys, please, for the resolution.
Pepsel made a motion, I'll make a second.
Did he? That's right, you did, Tim, thank you. Second by Patke. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay. That is passed.
Commission, committee, and board reports, preliminary plat approval, Washington Square Center, Plat 3.
Yes, good evening, council. This is a one-lot subdivision just off Highway 47 here in the Washington Square Shopping Center. The applicant is requesting, a one-lot subdivision in the Commercial 2 zoning district to separate from kind of the greater Washington Square Shopping Center. The county GIS maps are a little, let's see, is this? The county GIS maps are a little deceiving. It kind of has this parcel highlighted as, its own thing, but it is currently part of the greater Washington Square Shopping Center, and so they're requesting to separate from the greater shopping center as they've come under new ownership. Huh? It is, yes, correct.
That's correct.
It's the current KFC. Well, it's not in operation, but it's the former KFC building, and they're looking at putting in a Chipotle here, and so the site plan is on screen on your left. And earlier this evening, the Board of Adjustment approved a variance for this plat to have a 14-foot rear setback. So the blue line is what we would normally impose, 25-foot rear setback, but due to the narrowness of the lot, our own fire lane requirements and our required parking stall depth, they requested a variance for 14-foot rear setback. That was granted, and so the plat can proceed as is. You got the applicant here tonight if you want to address the council. So.
Good evening. My name is John Shabaum. I'm a civil engineer with BFA. This is kind of our last step to move forward with the process. We already got our variance. The plat will allow the owner to sell the property, and we're planning on being in for permits next week, hopefully.
Most importantly, what's going to occupy this lot?
Chipotle.
There you go.
How much is the property gonna be off the variance? Do you know?
14 feet.
14?
Yes.
Than the 25. That was what the Board of Adjustment granted earlier tonight.
Setback was 25 feet. The new setback is 14, so an 11-foot relief. Sorry, 9-foot relief.
The building's gonna stay the same?
11's right.
11.
No. Yeah. The former KFC will be demolished. You can kind of see the former KFC underneath the proposed drive aisle.
Yeah, this is the outline of the existing building, and here's where the new building is. And something of note that John pointed out at the Board of Adjustment meeting is the current KFC does not meet our current front setback requirements. So this lot has kind of always faced this issue. So.
Thank you. Other discussion? Okay.
Make a motion to accept.
Second.
Motion by Bear, second by Patke to accept.
Second by Briggs.
Briggs, I'm sorry, pardon me, you guys. My hearing's going bad. It's a hearing aid. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. It's accepted. E, please.
An ordinance approving the final plat of Washington Square Shopping Center, Plat 3 in the city of Washington, Franklin County, Missouri.
Briggs.
Introduced by Briggs. Further discussion, you guys? Second reading.
An ordinance approving the final plat of the Washington Square Shopping Center, Plat 3 in the city of Washington, Franklin County, Missouri. Bear?
Yes.
Sullentrup? Heidrich?
Aye.
Pepzel?
Yes.
Briggs?
Yes.
Padke?
Yes.
Coulter?
Yes.
Holtmeyer?
By your vote, ordinance 8B passes.
Mayor's report.
Gosh, it's been a good couple weeks, you guys. So, thanks, everybody. I think it's appropriate that we thank the committee who worked so hard getting those taxes passed. And I've thanked our department heads this morning for the jobs they do with their employees that make our citizens happy. The way our employees get the job done out in the field, that's pretty darn impressive. And last of all, I think we need to thank our citizens for doing the right thing.
Hey Doug,
Yes?
don't we have an appointment to planning and zoning you were gonna do tonight?
I'm trying to get in touch with them. Can you see me afterwards?
Right out there in the back row.
Gosh dang it, Matt. Shoot. We
Is
do.
it on here?
We do. It is
It's
on
here,
there?
But it's not.
No, it's not on the agenda, so I
We
don't,
got an email
Yeah, we just
Yeah,
got
I
an
don't-
email about it.
to be approved, but
Yeah, it's not on the agenda.
Sherry's not here. She's our normal clerk, Matt, and
I'm just a deputy city clerk. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, I tell you what, here's the deal. You will be able to go ahead and get on at the next meeting in May, and you won't miss a planning and zoning meeting, because you'll be there in time for the May meeting. So,
Matt, that's my fault. I should have checked. Sherry and I have been so busy, her getting us up to snuff to run this meeting.
thanks for agreeing to do it, Matt. Thank you.
It's like a false alarm fire.
Oh, goodness.
see, city administrators report, no report. Council comments?
I do have a comment, a question, in regards to the additional insurance needed for organizations in the city. So the Lions Club, they use a pavilion. It now costs them, I'm told, $860 a year more in insurance to rent the pavilions that they help pay for. Is that right?
That is correct. If you choose to go ahead and occupy those, that is the increase when we went to a $4 million aggregate policy. And I think what you're seeing is a reflection of at least the main insurance company in town that provides those policies. In order to get that additional million, that's the increased cost. And part of it came up when they wanted to go ahead and occupy, you know, or accept money up there at Fifth and Jefferson. And, you know, the comment was made, you know, hey, maybe the city ought to just do away with that. I was like, you're probably right. And so we all had that discussion before, but that is the new. So what we've done, if there are, I'm gonna give you an example of one where we've tried to go ahead and take care of this very issue. So for example, you have, the American Legion. They have approached us over the years to try to have more involvement or at least help with the fireworks, for example, that they shoot off at the 4th of July. So when they came to the city, and I'm just giving you an example of how we can come up with a solution so that if those companies don't have to go get that certificate of insurance. So in this case, what we did was we looked at, could the city go ahead and actually take over the fireworks, you know, and have some partnership with them if they wanted to, like if they still wanted to raise money as a result of it or send kids in the stands, that's fine, whatever. And that we would continue this year, because they have this guy that's gonna shoot fireworks this year. It's his last one that he's gonna do. And then after that, the city would go ahead and take that over. I don't think there's really any other types of facilities or anything where they would have to provide a certificate of insurance with us anymore that would cover that cost. So for example, that's how we kind of took care of that. Other solutions that they can do is they can also go ahead and talk to the ones that use our facilities the most, which is the Chamber, downtown Washington, and possibly piggyback onto their policies if those entities want to cover them under their, under that certificate of insurance. So that's what we tried to do to come up with solutions. But yes, since and Mark can explain why we have to go up to that policy. I think it's based on, I forgot what's it based on.
I understand why we have to go up. I
Yeah.
get it, it's $4 million policy, the umbrella is higher, I get that part.
Okay.
But capital improvement sales tax passes, we got $1 million set aside for Lions Lake. There's no doubt in my mind we're gonna ask Lions Club to donate to help with that, retrofitting the lake. And yet we increase their cost to use the pavilion at Lions Lake each year just to use the pavilion.
Well, they
That's
do
how-
have.
I guess it's a conflict to me that we're cutting off our own
Here's two things if you want to do. One of the things that the previous council did was they went ahead that if any entity made a donation within a calendar year of $5,000 or more, they only had to pay half of the cost of the rental for the facility. If you, as an entity, want to go ahead and recognize certain groups and say that they don't have to pay any rental for that, that's up to you as a council to go ahead, and we can provide that to you in ordinance. I think you just need to be careful with who you give it to for free and who you charge, because I guarantee you, there's always somebody that nobody wants to pay. That's always the case.
But that's a
But
rental
I think
fee.
the insurance
Insurance is different. The
yes,
insurance is gonna be that no matter what.
correct, if it's open to the public.
Your code requires you to follow the insurance requirements or recommendations of your insurance company, and that's where those numbers come from.
But Darren, you alluded to the fact that they could piggyback off of downtown Washington
If they-
Chamber possibly, and therefore the.
Work with those
events-
organizations.
They have insurance for the entire year. no
That's
matter
right.
If they have one event or they have 10.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, okay.
And if there was something that the city could go ahead and do, I mean, like, I'll give you an extreme example, and we took over, East Central would sit there and rent the main stage. They started doing that years ago for a free concert that they'd hold in the public. We just went ahead and said, no, we're gonna make it a parks event, and then that way you don't have to go ahead, they don't have to provide us with a certificate of insurance if we go ahead and take it over as ours. And as a matter of fact, that example that I gave you with American Legion, I think that's gonna evolve into something more possibly the next year, because, and I'll go ahead and announce, we've got a committee that's been working on utilizing the stage out there at the fairgrounds. And so we've got 2 free concerts set up in June on Wednesday nights. And Tim's working a little bit on sound. I got a couple bands, but we also had the Park Foundation step up, and they're paying for the costs to get the bands as well as the PA system in order to go ahead and do it. The following year, what we look at doing is making, the possibility was thrown out, is to go ahead and make that July 4th the last of that summer concert series. And that would be a third night where we would have it. Everybody could go ahead, watch the free concert out at the park. And again, we're not talking about, it's free. They can bring in their own drinks, they can bring in their own food. And then we'd still go ahead and have the ability for service organizations to go ahead and set up and sell burgers, whatever they want to do. And then at the end of the night on the 4th is set the fireworks off up there at the top of the hill. So, and that was the plan that we came up with, like I said, for American Legion. I think, we just got to think a little bit more outside the box to help some of these groups or whatever. And I agree, if you're only doing it 1 or 2 times, that's a lot of insurance to go ahead and do.
Right. Okay, thank you.
I brought up last meeting about the start and quit times of construction. Like to bring this up again. I would really like to see us go to make an ordinance out of this and change the time, especially on Sundays. Sundays is 7 o'clock in the morning. Got people complaining about hearing breakers at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I don't know what the other council thinks, but I think we should put that to at least 9 o'clock on a Sunday and 8 o'clock in the evening instead of 9 o'clock. Stop time. So what do we need to do to make an ordinance to change those times?
Well, first off, the only thing I would say, and I'm not aware of any situations where that would have a conflict, but if we do have to take a look at that and see if that would affect and affect all construction projects that may be going on 7 days a week. I don't know that we have that many right now, but what I would propose to do is we would give you an ordinance at your workshop on the first meeting in May, and you can discuss it in more detail and see if you want to pass it on to the rest of the council. It's just a matter of amending those hours, if I understand you, on Sundays.
Yes, especially Sundays. And then instead of 9 o'clock in the evening, Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Monday, I'm sorry, whatever, 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock at night. I know when I do work in the city of Clayton and other areas, we cannot start work till 8 o'clock, Monday through Friday. I mean, I don't think anybody's asking for that Monday through Friday. I think they're just talking about Sundays and stop times.
If the council chooses, we can go ahead and prepare an ordinance that addresses it, change those times. Thank you.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, the times now are, it's 6 or 7 a.m. depending on the time of the year.
It's 7 a.m. October 1st through May 31st is 7 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Right.
June 1st through September 30th is 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturday and Sunday.
So you're looking for the 8 p.m. every day, or the weekends I mean, I'm just.
8 p.m. every day, bump it an hour earlier, and just on Saturdays and so, even just Sundays, make at least 8 o'clock, you know, instead of 7
That's
a.m.
my only thought is that it's, during the summertime, it's still light at 9, or, 8:30, 9 o'clock, in the summertime hour, the May 1st or June 1st, that time of year. That's why, when I first got a hold of it, I thought it was dawn to dusk. But I don't know if that's easier to police or not, I don't know, but.
Well, I mean,
For discussion.
we still want to look after our citizens. I mean, if these newer subdivisions, they got breakers going on, and somebody's trying to put their children down 8 o'clock at night.
No, I don't disagree with you, I got the phone calls for it.
Yeah. I mean, you
matter
got
of
some of the
what's-
same phone
what's
calls
right.
I got, so.
I'm done.
So my comment would be, I sat through my first Board of Adjustment meeting tonight. And thanks to those folks that serve on that board, because there's a lot of things that come up there, and I think they've met a little more this year than in past years.
Correct.
My understanding, and I think Aaron came away with homework for P and Z that.
Lots of
we need
homework.
We need to be trying to act on as quick as we can, because there's a couple local business owners that could use some help, and we're getting in our own way with a few things, so I'd like to see what we can do with that as quick as we can too, so.
Okay.
City Attorney's Report, public vote on whether or not to hold a closed meeting to discuss personnel, legal, and real estate matters pursuant to section 610.021 RSMO 2000. Bear?
Yes.
Sullentrop? Hendrich?
Aye.
Hepsel?
Yes.
Briggs?
Yes.
Badke?
Yes.
Coulter?
Yes.
Holtmeyer?
Aye.
In closed session.
For vote, we are in closed session.